the BKB2, probably like third item, so late-ish maybe. But again, you've got two supports that are going to be able to cover your... Obviously, Execration, they were much more convincing with their early game. Army Genius is absolutely not. So they just want to put themselves on the front foot to be able to begin this one. And I actually quite like this Observer one. It scouts out a lot of these early rotations.
Might be caught out early on. Shanks and Carlo with a lot of slows to hold down the Crystal Maiden, but we'll just be able to get back under the tower. Now, Carlo takes a lot of damage as well with his deep attempt, and Yowei.
Get that first blood, to be honest. Like, that was the only reason for it. He just couldn't get in range for his right clicks because he was so far behind. Slow as hell, Viper. 275 movement speed.
Oh, at the attempt under the tower? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he tossed it underneath the tower while CM was running away.
Well, top lane, Palos might end up going down. DV stands strong. The high armor stats for the Pugna helps out with that man fight, and Army Geniuses, but a really good placement of the cogs will allow Carlo to turn away and get back to the tower. Meanwhile, Palace is getting a lot of free last hits uncontested under the tower. Back to bottom we go. Shanks in some trouble is in your dream. Lands the boundless strike onto 2. That's going to be enabling him to play with the Jingus now, and even Varish will be able to step in as well. Tino stopping the stacks from forming once again, but it will not matter. As across the map we go. Another kill. Who was this? It looks like Palos got the kill into CML.
Yes, he did.
And it looks like both sides are bringing all their supports. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get the double damage rune as Bob needs to get the cookie up to the higher ground. Shanks will hold the Ember back as well.
Ember's not 6 yet.
So you can't close the distance. Bob's going to turn around with a Mortimer Kisses. Yowei trying to find that last little bit of damage out of the slide. And he will be able to do so, but it's going to cost him his own life potentially. Oh, no, Yowei! Oh, no. Didn't make it down. Gives them my bad voice line because of it.
Oh, he just used another Remnant for some reason. He was completely out of there. Also covered by C. Intent enough just to stay down in these trees. They'll actually dodge out that Observer Ward as well, so they still don't know where this pesky CM is.
It's at their own jungle, however, CML. First use of the Magnetize of the game. Shank's going to try and play with the shards. Really ambitious TP.
I mean, this is just an indication to make a play now, right? You know that the Tusk TP isn't available. Maybe you push mid. Maybe you look to address this a little bit more. CM just dealing with this bottom lane.
And they're actually starting to pivot their attention over. Bob and Shanks in combination, looking to try and catch out anyone with their pants down, and that's going to be the Crystal Maiden. Bob's able to line up a beautiful cookie onto 2. They still have to be really cautious about taking this fight into Yowei's double damage rune, so Bob's going to play off to the right side and use the Mortimer Kisses from afar, but even in your dream wants to get involved as well. A boundless strike, cutting off the life of Carlo, and now they can back off into the river as Army Genius.
I'm going to consider tossing in at this stage. I feel like Palos is a great option once he has that
bottom lane
available. Speaking of him.
Yeah, they cancel the TP on Palos, who is in trouble. Tries to charge up the Requiem. They're going to be forced to stand their ground and fight as Palos gets the kill into 1. Can they get any more out of this, though? Doesn't look like it's the case. Freezing Field, lay it down for Rish. Even in your dream, once again, getting incredibly active in the early game on the Monkey King, so he'll be rewarded. Execration as well through a lot of the early game fights. It's Mortimer Kisses into the Viper damage as well, so we're going to have some really big team fights break out shortly.
We will indeed, we will indeed. I'm wondering if...
Oh, in the river?
We're able to secure it. Will Bob go for
they're going to hook shot in. Carlo. Easy kill onto 1. Can they get more out of this, though? Yowei kind of baiting his life. The Glob's pushed on forward, but they're not going to be able to cut down. In your dream, inside the Wukongs has firm control of this team fight as Execration just spit 2 members into their own grave.
I mean, that would have been very different. He was just able to catch the tree.
In particular, those Indonesian boys, they know something scary about this mid lane. A nice start. Look how they're trying to kite the fight at the moment. Not heavily committing as Palos uses a Requiem to the Mortimer Kisses. It's a decent chunk of damage. They get the 1 kill, but are they happy with this? Bob's going to try and chuck in the Clockwork. Oh, beautiful placement. Unable to cut down the tree, though, so in your dream. He can protect himself with the BKB, turns around. There's a difficult fight to take now for Execration, but they still will be able to get the Monkey King before they get value out of the Wukongs. Can they get anything more out of this, though?
Last Remnant.
Oh, wait. He'll be able to walk up and TP out, so... Man, that spit looked good and the turnaround potential for the Wukongs, but he just didn't have enough at an incredible rate. And Tino, I will say, as he's in trouble at the moment, and we're going to see not much that he can do to protect himself. Force a mech. He will still go down nonetheless. Gonna try and play with the gobble up. They get the hook shot as well. Could be decent with the cogs. Push back. The damage needs to come through from Palos, but it's not fast enough. Still, the cookie flies on into the river. They're able to finally bring down the Ember Spirit. But look at the turnaround. CML with the roll in. The backstab was perfect. Another use of the roll, but Palos, fast on the fingers, playing with the BKB, but In Your Dreams got his own as well. So the Mortimer Kiss is completely nullified, as now they'll turn to Bob. A leap down for the tree line means a snapfire won't get enough distance away, as CML even kicks him back into the grasping hands of Army Geniuses.
Oh man, so many.
Bob, top lane is not in a great position at all. In fact, Army Genius is going to look to smoke into Execration's jungle instead of connecting to top. So they will be able to run into the clockwork. Easy kill potentially. Carlo with a hookshot out. So back to top we go as CML look to connect to In Your Dreams. So they're still able to get the kill. And now Yoe remnants on aggressively. So Army Geniuses, the past 5 minutes, are just completely taking over this map. No fight.
Maybe it is. A quick pick off onto Maurice would be great.
Yeah, the hookshot to start. Palace in great position to be able to capitalize. Meanwhile, down in the lane, we'll trade a 1-for-1. Execration. Are they still going to stick around? They've got the ward on the high ground to play with. Yoe's actually going to aggressively remnant into the middle, but he's not ready for the stun lock that's going to come out. Protected with the BKB for the moment. Now they've got control with the Wukong command, and Execration need to retreat. And Tino, he won't be able to. A boundless strike to pin him down. His Army Geniuses, they bring everyone there, and as soon as the Wukong...
that Army Geniuses exhibited in recent times, as soon as someone shows on this lane, they're going to go for a gank attempt. Will Army Geniuses recognize that, hey, no one's actually showing on Execration, maybe it's a bait?
Yoe is ready to go. Pops the haste from Unstrained to Carlo. An easy kill for them to find, and this is going to give him enough time, however, for Execration to disperse away from the area. Out to the left and out to the right.
Surely. They didn't have the damage to be able to secure the kill yet on Army Geniuses, still too far on the left side of the map.
Who they're going to try and chuck in. They've got a great ward to play with. They're going to try and target down DB with the artillery raining through, but DB, he's just getting tickled. Instead, they'll go for the easy kill into the Crystal Maiden, but now, In Your Dream, a double force stuff will keep the Shadowfin alive. Tino's actually going to get cookied further into the middle, so the Viper will not be rescued. Of Execration, they've got other issues, and, well, that's going to be Yoe Palace. He's trying to get himself in a position for the Requiem, but the charge up, it's still there fast enough. They'll kill off CML. Potentially, no, the decrypt! Oh, Palace, he didn't even get him! Palace didn't even get the kill, and Army Geniuses are swarming inside their base. Yoe will clean up with the Remnant. In and out he goes, and now their base soon to be pillaged.
As well, making sure that the Pugner didn't get instantly burst down. Great reaction time using the Glimmer Cave to be able to protect his core.
Can they make this work? Finally, they'll get the Pugner. A big crit out of Palace, but an even bigger boundless strike. In Your Dream lands onto 3, and now they can look to dive the Shadow Fiend. No buyback out of Palace, and Bob is just trying to duck into the trail and hoping and praying they go for someone else instead, and that'll be the case. Killing off Tino, but the G's being dropped as Army Geniuses. What an incredible Game 1 performance. So crisp.
Very, very crisp. Again, a lot of tiny things that Execration just, try and put some pressure out onto the map. Because you know that Army Geniuses are going to want to make plays happen, right? Once Earth Spirit's like...
pulling the wave and avoiding early. Maybe they might do it now that those twos do come out. Because you see instantly. Yeah, they just run. Glimpse back onto DB. And Scorch Earth on cooldown means that he can't really turn and do some damage as well at the same time. So this is going to be an easy kill for Palos to find.
It is indeed. He was really holding that TP.
Probably one of the best Nature's Prophet games I've ever seen. Again, they're in CML. No escape. And we're continuing to see how difficult of a lane this can truly be as Palos up to 2 stacks now, and we'll be playing with level 3 shortly, so it's not going to get any easier.
Yeah, I'm honestly very surprised that they didn't go for any done as standard.
They'd be starting to try and build into kind of the movement speed to play this lane. Windlace phase boots queued up, so... they're going to... DB, alright. Picks up second point in the skirt short, then instantly going to look to try and get aggressive onto Carlo. Might be forced to use the glimpse, but instead DB can just continue to chase him down, and now Palace will be zoned out as well. So this is really important. This bottom lane in particular, Army Geniuses, whenever the Scorch Earth is available, they will feel cut behind the Nature's Prophet position.
Rish has done a great job so far at just positioning himself without too much of a threat of himself
Bottom
dying.
lane. DB's in trouble, but they're actually going to look to try and take the fight with the Scorch Earth up, and Palos, he doesn't get the lead onto the Doom, so DB continues to play ring around the rosy. Gotta be a bit cautious still, though. Kick will hold Palos down into place. CML's getting a lot of damage out, rolls on the mark. The body block's not going to come through, and it's not required as CML actually...
Time was wasted.
Oh, they got to hasten. They're going to smoke instantly, and Radiant, they didn't have a ward there. They will not have any idea this is going on. Maybe with CML showing mid, it might act as a potential idea that something's happening across the map, but regardless, to jump in and an easy kill onto Tino's Enigma. They will be able to trade this across the map, though, as the Doom's going to go down, so both offlaners take a spill.
I think you're fairly happy with this still, though, on Army Geniuses. They could start to get a little bit of damage in onto this tower. They've got the early Blightstone there. Plenty of treants as well to do the dirty work, and no real hero that's great at being able to clear this second tier 1 top, so that this glyph won't allow you to be able to defend this mid tower. I wonder if they even look to contest it, right? You've got a siege creep that's just come into this mid lane. He gets up the arcane rune as well.
Gonna be in some trouble though. Doesn't dodge the stun. He will have an astral step shortly. Varishak's are gonna try and TP in. Soulbind holds them together, but the Static Storm's going to catch them off guard. They weren't ready for Carlo's involvement. So the Silence gets the kill, and now Bob's already looking for more. Will be a bit too deep. Glimpse back. Well, that'll potentially help off. So going to be cautious, though. The Stroke of Fate bring them low, so CML, he actually rolls in aggressively. At least gets a kill before he's going to be sent to the morgue.
Very important.
Can they take the fight, though? Carlo's going to be the target with the Solar Guardian coming up, but the Snowball will suck them in. Does Joey still want to go for this nice dodge of the Static Storm? They'll glimpse him back, but he's on the other side. Tino, though, he wants to get involved. Won't have the ultimate to be able to utilize. They're going to be cautious, though, running into the river. Look at the sprout placement. Execration forced to try and stand their ground to Manfire, but the Inkspell stun onto 2. You couldn't have asked for better, as Army Geniuses finds not an easy kill with these two. He's actually going to look to try and TP out. Yoey, he's going to be able to set up with the double damage rune as well. Might be enough to get the kill, but Palos protected with the Shadow Dance along with the Solar Guardian. But look at all the boys show up from Army Geniuses, as In Your Dream even TP's in as well. Execration, though, looking for some revenge. In Dream ducks in the tree line. They'll get a glimpse of him, though. Maxed out. Do they want to send him back? He's in range. They need a little bit of extra vision. He just slips out. Finally there. Back into the Static Storm they go. Yoey's nearby. They're going to be cautious. They group up. But the Silence prevents the Black Hole, but it will not matter. In Your Dream still goes down. Can they take the fight, though, in Army Geniuses? You've got the Doom at the ready, so DB... it's going to look to chuck it out onto the Enigma with CML nearby. It's an easy kill for them to find.
Still important, though, to be able to slow down this Nature's Prophet. Again, he is the main source of any kind of push happening around the map. So I feel like as long as on Execration, if you're just stalling things out a little bit, you're going to be fairly okay with this, as long as you're getting decent trade. Bob, I want to see them take a more successful team fight up towards the top side of the map and then look to posture around Roche.
Speaking about Bob, he's going to run into CML. Should be an easy kill for Execration of fine. Maybe? Shards puts him in an awkward spot. DB now can stop the path. They want to take the fight. It's well and truly into Radiant's territory. So they can start to bring the numbers. Slam down. Holds DB into place. Soulbind still has something they can utilize. Yoey's going to get the jump in as well. There's going to be no response. It's up to Palos now. Still with the leap on forward. Is able to finally bring down DB. And now In Your Dream, he could be the one that's in trouble. Stuck between two cores. There's no escape. He recognizes he needs to stand his ground. And Manfire, as the Black Hole instantly gets cancelled. That could be the opening here for the turnaround on Army Geniuses as Yoey standing strong. An ultimate backup and available. Goes out to the left side. An ultra kill for the Void Spirit. He's looking for the Rampage. Can he find it? Remnants out. The right clicks are there. And Yoey gets a Rampage 18 minutes into the game.
He is a man on a mission. Look at his gold that he's got in the bank.
Out, and like you said, it does not matter at all. A Dream Should he be worried? Solar Guardian to the middle. A lot of damage early on. Palos gonna have to BKB to play with, and he's gonna be okay. They get him out, but back into the middle. Static Storm's gonna get laid down as well. It's a big one if they can get the Void Spirit. You're accepted to buy some time, and you're always actually gonna look to go in. Finishing blow, getting rid of the support, and now they're turning their attention over to Bob as well, as they're not done. CML, look at the roll over the tree lines, able to get to the Slark. The silence onto 2, and they can dive for more. Nothing they need to be afraid of. There's no turnaround potential without the buybacks. The kickback into the Doom, and they'll cut away the life of the Slark as Army Genius says they're not done. Your way. Oh my lord, this guy doesn't know when to stop.
Oh my.
So again, they are running underneath the ward as TP jumps, but the Static Storm in sleep. DB still able to play around with the BKB. Who does he want to try and target with that Doom? They're going to turn towards the toss. The Black Hole holds him down in the middle, so the Slark is able to feast away, getting all the essence he would ever require for the team fight, but still in the middle. Your way, waiting for the opening along with In Your Dream. They're going to look to try and TP in and hold them down as In Your Dream starting to get the damage going. Slark could he turn his attention back over, but they'll look to TP out as Army Geniuses. They don't want to stick around. Yo, wait, he'll have an ultimate up in a couple of seconds, but the pounce will prevent that as Paulos gets the double kill in the end, and a decent fight for Execration, even though they do have to buy back on Carlo.
Yeah, decent. Execration are going to take a little bit of the slower route. Carlo staying under the safety of the high ground closer towards their towers.
Do they jump Palos? They need a way to break the Lincolns. Palos knows. And Execration, they're going to smoke up. Do they take the direct route?
They're just going to send the Eidolons.
Yeah, and Bob, he's going to run through the river as well. Be cautious, they're playing on the edge and they get the jump. Instantly onto DB with the Static Storm going to be laid down as well. They take the Doom out of the equation. And now how do you take the team fight without your main control? And it looks like they won't even make the attempt. CML is going to go down, but they're already looking for the +1. In Your Dream's going to try and BKB TP out, but Bob's nearby to stop that short. They've got the Black Hole as well. So In Your Dream, no damage will come out from the Nature's Prophet as Execration. 3 heroes go down, and they can look to move to the pit if they want to. Or maybe Olway. Oh, Palos just shy of the pounce. They're going to force them back. I like this from Palos. They're going to creep catapult wave. They have to respect the push.
They're going for the full wraparound. In Your Dream actually putting himself on the front lines. I wonder if this gives them a bit of an inkling that someone's coming.
How do they get the jump? Tino, a blink in the lane, and they're going to look to go for CML. Early kill for them to find, but importantly, they've also caught out the Disruptor. So no Aghanim Storm with a static. Can they keep DB alive for the moment, though? Off the wings, a lot of damage. CB falling lower and lower, but it's not going to matter. They get the Slark, and now they're also going to be able to get Shanks. Tino, he's in with the Black Hole, but there's no damage source. Maybe Shank's gonna help out. A second round of the Black Hole. Is it enough?
Has he done it?
Furion's for him lower, but he didn't pop the BKB on the other Black Hole usage. So Yowei stops it short. And now we'll look for a TP out, but he won't be able to make it as Army Geniuses. A scrappy fight, but in the end, they're gonna be able to take it.
Oh, panic, panic, panic. That's
with 14,000 gold, but we can see what can happen.
Oh man, Carlo really playing on the edge there. No buyback. They know Roshan's up, and he just walks up to a potential place where Army Geniuses have vision. They actually did.
Jump in, Palos. Up the high ground. Look at Yowei silence. On to 3. They're going to be able to potentially bring down the Disruptor. The Solar Guardian will actually buy some time to lay down the Static Storm, but it's a Black Hole. That's the turnaround ultimate that we're waiting for. But is it damage enough though? Tino, second round of the Black Hole, and this time it's even better. No response, no rebuttal as Execration. Once again, another incredible fight at the front of the pit.
He didn't pop the BKB again on the second one, but it didn't matter that time. He connected onto all the heroes. What's an Army Genius?
DB, he's eyeing up. Gets the jump. There's the Doom play. Yowei's going to be in as well. A lot of emphasis to try and bring down the Slark, but the Solar Guardian, it's enough to keep him alive. And now Mimo off to the left side, looking In Your Dream. He's completely isolated. The boys, they're looking for other kills instead of trying to protect the Nature's Prophet. So a big kill for them to find. But he can look to buy back and rejoin the fight, but how can he get into the middle? They're going to look to try and kite the Slark at the moment. Up to the southern side they go to kill off the Disruptor, and now back onto Shanks off of the right. They're targeting down the Dawnbreaker. They don't have the damage for the moment, so Palos Actually in trouble. Plays off of the ultimate. Still got the Aegis. Turning to In Your Dream. But the stun holding 2 into place. I don't know if In Your Dream's going to be able to win the man fight. Palos is starting to steal too much essence. A Sprout will hold him in, but it's a dieback onto the Nature's Prophet. And Artino, he's already eyeing up more, but it's Palos that'll stop the Grimstroke from retreating.
Oh man, they've come back into this game, Execration.
A Raper on your way. He's going to run into Tino instead. He's going to try and go for the Tusk. Going to be cautious. Go Black Hole. Back up. Rapier down. And game's over. As Execration will send us to a game 3.
We ended up taking the Rapier. It's still on the ground. Go pick it up, Tino, because you were the one that, well, had multiple options to be able to... Because, you know, you might have 20% less damage, but you're causing the enemy team to deal 30% less damage. So you're actually working out. Doesn't seem like they're in a position to do it just yet either. Carlo is level 2, so he's going to make sure that he gets sufficiently far away from Varese. Just wondering when he's actually going to go for a kill up on this top side. They don't have the level 2 just yet on the Disruptor.
Shanks might go down, and they got enough damage between the two members with the... Bob
Carlo's hanging around. He's waiting to try and find that perfect angle. Maybe if Yoi goes for a dive a bit too deep. Looks like he'll just take out the siege creep for now.
Bottom lane. All right. Tino's going to go down, so... Genius just put the emphasis on trying to get the kill in the bottom. Easy.
And this is that period where, you know, level 1 Starstorm might be great for being able to get the harass out in the 1v1 battles between supports, but you just saw how underwhelming it was to try and confirm that kill. Top side, Carlo might be in trouble.
Drag back. 2-second stun's going to come out a little bit too late from Palos. In Your Dream has enough movement speed to be able to get away. So
I think the big thing is they just want to make sure that they're in a decent spot to be able to defend the 10-minute mid-tower push. Actually, they're going top here a little bit here, trying to get the free kill onto Palos, and they'll be able to land it.
First use of the Rupture from In Your Dream, and DB TPing in as well, and very nicely done. We'll see if DB what he wants to look to do now, if he's going to put some damage into the tier 1, or maybe look to connect mid with that next Elder Dragon form and the catapult timing like you were mentioning. And I'm a bit worried that Execration, I don't think they can actually protect that. I think this will be a free tier 1 tower to go down from Army Geniuses.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially what they know is they've got about 45 seconds.
But nice decrypt. And they might go for Bob now. You're always going to try and bring off the damage to be able to get rid of the Templar Assassin. Even Power's getting involved as well. The 2-second stun means DB will go down. Even In Your Dream wants to connect. Who do they want to target though? They don't have the stuns to hold Palos inside the blood right. He's now by himself a little bit. This is not an easy kill at all. Teen also a TP'd in, so he doesn't have the familiars to play with, but Palos can rotate there. And does look like... Oh no, he missed. Oh, missed.
Unfortunate. Oh, he's blocked as well.
Can they get him now? Very close to some objectives, so the team can start to funnel on over. Refraction's going to buy him some time, but in the end, they will be able to get the kill.
Glimpse back.
And they're going to be able to glimpse away Palos as well, so they don't have the Chaos Knight to turn it, but Shrinks is all they need to at least get the kill onto DB. Now, they're going to be cautious, because Tino's starting to get ready with the backstab. Familiars are a go. Look at the first stun, setting up for the arrow perfectly, and that'll add another kill for Execration. So even though you lose Bob, at least you're able to rectify that slightly with some of your own kills.
Still going to feel okay with the general position of this game.
Yep. And with kind of the pace they want to set, though, is it still just off the back of farming? Can they get pickoffs with like a Nyx Moran or even Nyx +1? Or what is kind of the status that Execration want this game to be in?
If they were going to do it, it would be with these 3 heroes that are paired together bottom, right? Like, right now, Tino still needs those items. He's going into the Wraith Pact for himself.
Look at Shanks' positioning.
Double stun.
Lines it up perfectly, so they'll get rid of the Disruptor. The turnaround potential. They can't aim the Marana. Actually, doesn't have any more leap charges, so the Snowboarder dragged him further in. Carlo will go down. They did use the Rupture for the kill, so they won't be able to get anything. They're going to be able to find. They do scan at the triangle. Look how Tino's farming and the ward on the high ground.
Yeah, they know. Do they know? Shanks might give up his life for it, but again, you don't really care. This is one of those situations where a support is happy to give up his life for the cause, even if it just means a couple of seconds of delay.
Oh, the Outer Dragon form's going to be used as well. guess at this stage of the game, it's only really farming. Glimpse back, Static Storm. Should be able to deal with the Gravekeeper's Cloak, and, well, the Wraithback will not help out at all, so... Execration...
At all on Tino. A little surprised.
Now mid lane, Yoe, he's already looking for the +1. It's a stun. Still one more leap charge to play with on Carlo. Snowball should be able to close the distance with ease. Bashard's up in a couple of seconds, and they won't even need it. So nicely done. I mean, we're okay with Shanks just losing his life on the Nyx assassin, but now that you bleed more...
Any kind of save coming through. Good. Oh, man. This is support gameplay right now. Carlo with the instant leap away. As soon as anyone tries to make an aggressive move there, Sentry Ward should be placed down. Should be able to remove this. It doesn't save the vision though.
Well, Yoe tried to tank the arrow, but a little bit too late to step in. Still even wants to consider about fighting. Gotta be cautious though. Palace's damage is something that they haven't really seen so far in this game, and well, now it'll come into play. Mega kill streak here for the Chaos Knight. And those 2 kills, that might be Roche. Bob's back alive.
CML has to blink on out. Feels like a pretty safe Roshan to me.
And that's all
no
you need.
Static Storm. Well, it's up in 5 seconds, but I don't know if you're going to be able to connect onto this one fast enough. Shanks again, just putting himself into a really risky position. Ooh, gets the Tumblr's toy back, but still gets the stun.
Palos moving over towards DB's location. Genius is still ready to fight. Gonna try and target down with the Chaos side at the moment. They should be able to secure the kill thanks to the Bloodseeker's damage, but afterwards, he needs to get out. Not gonna have the movement speed for the moment, but there's no catch up, however. Traps will slow him down, and lines up perfectly for the arrow as well. Yoe's back alive. How much the dragon?
Kill that tower. It's on 31 health, and you've already had one person TP into this fight. They'll still be able to get it on the end of it, but it's a very risky proposition to just dive underneath that one when it was literally 1 hit away.
Out to the right side. And it's also giving them...
thing, though, they don't necessarily want the time. The net worth is continuing to grow for Execration, and that was an Elder Dragon form used for not too much. So it really feels like Army Geniuses maybe are just trying to build into their next items as quickly as they can. It's going to be the Halberd for Yoe, and then maybe wanting to go past that stage. I mean, have you got to... Oh.
They're diving the tower. DB is going to go DB out, but Palos... just able to get in range. And now Carlo also will see CML. They drop the ward on the higher ground, so even the Tusk's going to have some difficulty with escaping. Trying to get cute with a snowball. But the Urn's going to stop the blink. CML will not be able to escape. Bob's even trying to deny the creeps to get those side blade working as well. But there we go. Blink back up. Easy kill for them to find. And meanwhile, I guess it does drag them away from the tower, so...
focused on Army Geniuses and... Well, I don't even know within your dream if that Halberd is going to be enough. It really feels like they might need that Aghanim shard as well on top of everything else.
I think it might be, I mean, the double hell, it really depends, right? If you can get it off before you're stunned or before Bob pops the BKBs. Bottom lane, well, if you even get the kills onto the Bloodseeker, that's going to slow down the timing. He'll try and get his own BKB off, but to no avail. Bob instantly pivots over with a haste, and now over to their own triangle as well. They're going to be quick with the kill and get out on Army Geniuses, but Carlo's survivable. Has the mechanism healed to play with, even lands the arrow onto Yoe to the left side. So they're all going to go down. Yoe will try and TP. Familiar stuns just a bit too late. But Execration are continuing just to swarm over Army Geniuses. This is getting into a real...
They know when they see an Army Geniuses Pugna that you're not going to have this aura builder.
Shanks is spotting out in your dream. They're going to turn, but they're unaware. Palace is already moving over. Pop the Phantasm from afar. He's going to go for in your dream. But a BKB will stop the stun, but it still might not be enough. The rest of Army Genius is starting to move down bottom, but Bob, he's gotten involved as well. A Halberd doesn't stop the damage. They're going to be able to swarm over them. Onto the Pugna they go. And even Tino, look at that. The wraparound will stop Yoe. He enters the higher ground. They're even going to look to buy back, but this will do nothing. Yoe's going to go down inside his base. The supports might join him as well, as Bob's not done just yet. Jumping on forward, a couple more right clicks, gets the disruptor. Now the Tusk is going to die. Multiple buybacks, but it's going to do nothing. Army Genius is 20.
Ban the Bounty Hunter. A little bit of stuff coming through as Yoe. PMA as always,
Winnable.
given the winnable.
Oh, the tips are deserved. Did they get the Lotus Orb?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Fellas, dude, you can just stand strong. No care in the world. How do you even touch this Chaos Knight nor all the other members as the G's are dropped? A hell of a run for Army Geniuses, but it will be stopped short, finishing in 3rd place in our grand finals and our set. Execration against Geek Fam.
Right.